I could do all that you do in filming and editing on my phone right now. So, you're looking to get into film or video. Congratulations! But you're wondering, is it really worth it? Everyone has access to high quality video equipment these days. The competition seems to be too high. Surely the video market is overly saturated. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another filmmaking video. My name is Kai Song and I'm a videographer, filmmaker, editor, animator and all-round visual creative, but I haven't always been. In fact, I started my secular career off as an engineer, working in research, development and testing. But after spending 6 long years slugging my guts out doing something that I absolutely hated, I decided to quit, travel, and I came back doing my video hobby as a job.
I quit my engineering job and bought a one-way plane ticket to China, where I studied Chinese and taught English for almost 1 year. After returning to the UK, I haven't looked back. I started working immediately on my new career, freelancing on all types of video projects.
So I remember when I was just starting out in videography and I was having a chat with a friend of mine. He's actually a successful architect. And I was talking about what I did as a videographer back then and what I was planning to do. And he turned around and said to me, "What are you doing? Everyone today has a camera now. The video market itself is saturated. There's so many people doing it. There isn't much point in pursuing film and video as a career. It's just not sustainable." He then went on to show me the latest mobile phone that he'd just purchased and said, "I could do all that you do in filming and editing on my phone right now." It's the latest iPhone 5. And at that time, his words really concerned me. I already had worries and anxiety about sustainability of a video job, and of course, if I could pay the rent and bills, especially as I was starting out so late in the game for this type of work. And I'm sure that many of you guys out there are facing similar concerns and worries, so I thought that it would make an excellent topic to talk about in today's video. So let's jump into it.
Point number 1. Everyone has a decent camera.
So first up is the issue that everyone has access to good camera equipment. Most people have a camera already, it's on their phone, and as technology improves, those cameras are only going to get better and better. But is that really an issue? Like most people, I own a computer. It's extremely specced out, I might hasten to add. But that doesn't automatically make me a coder, a gamer, or a computer whiz kid. And like most people, I own a car. But that doesn't automatically make me a professional car racer. Or does it? No. It takes time and effort to hone those skill sets. Just like it does with video production. There's a lot of theory, learning, and practice involved. Just because lots of people have decent cameras or access to decent cameras, that doesn't mean that everyone can use one to a professional standard. And it doesn't automatically mean they understand things like lighting, getting good sound, getting good composition, and not even to mention the storytelling aspects of video and filmmaking. These are all things that you have to learn. And generally, you have to have a passion or at least some sort of interest in filmmaking. And this is an additional point. Most people don't have a desire to become a professional.
Point number 2. There is too much competition.
The second point that people might argue is that there is too much competition from actual professional filmmakers and videographers. Now, I can't speak for every single location in the world. I know that there are some places in the world where the market seems to be saturated and there seems to be fierce competition. LA in the United States, for example, is a place that many aspiring filmmakers and videographers go to get their fame and fortune. I personally have had the opportunity to film in locations all around London, all around the UK, as well as various locations around the world, filming events, filming promo videos, and I've had the privilege to work with some amazing, talented filmmakers, much better than me. However, there is a downside to being super talented, and these individuals always tell me the same thing. They are extremely busy. They hardly have any time to market themselves because they are too busy working for current clients on projects. And this is one important thing to remember. When you film something, you are down for at least a day or days at a time working on that specific project. And then you're off again for weeks, possibly months, doing the editing, sound cleaning, color correction, grading, creating assets, not to mention all the revisions. And you probably have to invest even more time if you do animation work. During that time, you're technically off the grid. You're out of the game, so to speak. You're losing out. There are opportunities that you miss or you have to say no to simply because you are too busy or because you don't have the bandwidth to cope. Now, I personally am constantly on the lookout for work, but I can't say yes to everything. So I too am missing out constantly on opportunities to film. In my opinion, and this is very true of the UK, it's very much a freelancer's game. At the moment, there isn't a Walmart or Tesco of video production. No company has been able to monopolize video creation as of yet. It's very much an open market. So your competition is working all the time. They are busy. That means that they let opportunities slip through their fingers every single day, and someone else is going to pick those up.
Point number 3. Video demand is on the rise.
The next fact on our list is that video is growing at a tremendous rate. It's a monster that is feeding itself on new content and is hungry for more. People are watching video all the time, and they want it for their own businesses, they want it for their own ideas. Everyone from owners of flower shops to big corporate giants are all turning to video to help promote and grow their business. People are entertained through videos. It's how we learn and it's how we share. Now, according to the Cisco Visual Networking Index, or VNI, they forecast that by 2021, video will represent 80% of all internet traffic. There will be nearly 1.9 billion internet video users who will be watching an estimated 3 trillion minutes of video per month. Now, of course, these figures include streaming services like Netflix and Amazon Prime, but it does beg the question, how can a market be saturated if there's still so much demand, projected growth, and unknown potential for it?
Point number 4. Advice for first-time videographers.
So, if you're thinking of making the leap as a first-time filmmaker, cinematographer, or videographer, I've got some advice for you. As someone who was apprehensive at the start, but is now drowning in a sea of work, I warmly encourage you to give it a go. Now, whether you make it or not is another story. It sounds cliche, but it really is up to you to make things happen. The opportunities certainly exist. How you approach each client and how you approach each job is going to be the determining factor of whether you are successful or not. If you need to build a portfolio, then start small. Go and film for free if you need to. Walk around your local market or local shopping centre and ask vendors if they're interested in a promotional video. Go to your local real estate broker or real estate agent and see if they need videographers to film houses or apartments. Get online and go to freelancer websites like Freelancer, Elance and People Per Hour and see what video work is available. Another piece of advice is to constantly upskill. Learn animation, learn 3D modeling, get involved in VR technology. It's all relatable when it comes to visual creation. Get involved online. Be a part of the online community, like Facebook groups. You can get free advice from professionals on YouTube videos, like Kaicreative. Don't forget to subscribe. When the ball starts rolling, you will find an avalanche of video work rushing towards you. And of course, to be successful in any line of work, you actually need to learn how to run a business effectively so that it becomes profitable. So you can pay the bills, so you can pay the rent. You're not worrying about whether you have enough money in your bank account to buy a sandwich for lunch. And that is a whole different set of topics. Learning to price yourself, learning to negotiate, invoicing, dealing with difficult clients, balancing client expectation, doing your taxes. When I started off in video, I did it as a hobby. I did it for fun.
2, 1.
But now it's my main source of income. So I've had to learn about running a business and being more confident when it comes to making calls, having client meetings, negotiating prices, and of course, the wonderful world of Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. Now, if any of you guys want specific videos on these particular filmmaking and videography points, the business side, let me know in the comment section below. And finally on this point is something that comes as a pleasant surprise when you start working for yourself, and that is the development that you make as an individual. As I said before, I used to work as an engineer. I would be hidden away in a secure lab for about 8 to 10 hours a day. I would only see a few fellow teammates, and I would tell myself that I like that. I used to say I like not having to deal with people, and that is insane. As soon as I decided to become a freelancer, there was no more hiding from the outside world. When you choose to work for yourself, you take the reins of responsibility in your hands. No more pointing fingers at people, no more making excuses. If this thing fails or succeeds, there's only one person to blame. And as scary as that might seem at first, the more you take responsibility for things, the more you grow, the more you fight in the trenches every day, the more you push yourself out of your comfort zone, the more experienced you're going to become and the more confidence you will gain. And the more doors will be opened to you. So, those are my opinions on the video marketplace and making it as a visual creative. Now, your opinion may differ. I'd certainly like to know your thoughts, so let me know in the comment section down below. As always, if there's anything about filmmaking or videography that you want to know more about, again, let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay creative, imagine, implement, and inspire, and I'll catch you next time on Kaicreative.